the type of camel doesn't like when you go in front. They want to be the leading. You go behind or beside. So when we have the llama herds, you always see the pastors behind. They chase them from behind. They say, choo, 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 and they take the little slings with stones to make them walk in the right direction. When you do this with sheep, they just get all over the place. They don't know where to walk. Sheep, according to what we read in the Bible, and if you've seen a pastor of sheep, you see him going in the front. He's the leading. The sheep follow him. He knows their name, he calls them, like Jesus says, and they follow him. Oh, we know that voice. We know that guy, so they follow him. They don't have someone of their own art who's leading. That doesn't help. They need the pastor in the front. So when you go to the highlands and you see these pastors who are used to what you say, pastor llamas, they do the same thing with sheep. And they have a hard time to keep them together. They go everywhere. When you go by car, they go across the road, they go down the hill, they go, and the pastor goes like this, and he has to catch them and to bring them together. And we say, why don't you go in the front? And they know where you go, and then they will follow.
No, they can't believe it here.
They don't believe it because they are used to llamas and alpacas.
They are important. The sheep is not original animal here.
If you go to Europe, like Romania, Bulgaria,
Well,
but also in Germany, we have big, huge herds of sheep, like 200
the
animals.
pastor going in front.
And when you see them follow, the pastor is always in the front. And he calls them. He has a certain way to whistle, and he calls them with his voice, and they know his voice. They recognize his voice. And he might have 1 or 2 dogs who help him keep the young ones in. But when he goes in front, they all follow.
And the sheep is short-sighted.
They know.
It sees only the tail of the sheep in front. That is really, it's true. And knowing, and of course, a sheep is not the most intellectual animal. It isn't. But this is the way it goes. They look, and even in a herd, there is as well the bock, the male, and takes a certain part of leading. But what Dorothy likes to say is because here the indigenous people accustomed to the alpaca, and we learned because we saw that. We learned the opposite. The alpaca does not like. If you like to catch an alpaca, it always runs away because it does. They said if a flash lightning, thunder, disturbs the herd of the alpaca, the people tell you, you have to go kilometers. You see your animal. You like to get them back to your estancia. You have to go kilometers around to go from the other side to get because the alpaca or the camel, the llama, are very proud. You see, they work like this.
But but
Did you?
Yes, of course they do.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
It's not nice.
when you're with the brothers up there who are owners of the herds, you learn so much of them because they say if you want to put weight on them, like you can use them for carrying, especially the llamas, they can carry about 40 kilos. So when they want to load them, they have to bind their heads together. And then they start spitting because they don't like it. And then what does the shepherd does? He spits back. And that's making him be the main one, you know? And then they let you load them. And then when they go on a trail, they always go first and you go behind, you know?
They know.
That's how they want to be led. And that's a complete difference to sheep, you know? And when Jesus says he's the good shepherd, he's going in front of them. He's showing them the way. You can't do that with llamas. They have to do that from behind.
Trample.
But it's so fascinating when you're with these brothers who have their own llamas, herds. You learn so much from them. So just when you go
And
there,
they
ask
say,
them a question and they will tell you.
You cannot force a llama to come home, So they have the flock of sheep, flock of alpacas, and the llamas. And they say they are coming before sunset. They have their time. Maybe I will blow the whistle or doing something. Or I stand up. I watch them in the valley. So I can't take care for the llamas. They will come back on their own. And if they come back when it is
they
dark,
decide when they want to come home.
they come home. Or they are forced. They look. Yeah, the others are going. Now it's time for us. Yeah. It's so interesting why the sheep are the first knowing there is a pastor, woman pastor
The
there.
ones that are least intelligent
So
know when to
that
come
is-
home.
Yeah, and then, and I saw this counting. It's a bit difficult to count all the night, whether there are 100 or one missing. But
the interesting analogy is, and this is what I learned from you years ago, when we're starting out a project, we need to be pasturing them like sheep and going ahead. And okay, this is how we need to do this, setting the model for the project or the ministry or whatever. But then it comes to the point where you've got leaders that have been brought up. Then you need to herd them like llamas and come behind, let them lead, and you're guiding from behind. But when and how to make that change, wow, that's really complicated, and we're still learning how to do that early.
There's a certain missionary who talked about, like, Fuller, Howard F. Fuller, I believe it was, or something.
Pardon?
There's a certain missionary who wrote all about it. It was like church and mission agency dynamics. He's talking all about the different stages of partnership, from a child to a grandparent. You go through the stages together.
Yeah.
So when do you change from
Yeah,
the
exactly,
sheep to
that's
the
the question,
llama?
yeah.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really tricky. It is.
So
Factors.
that's why I wrote a lot about it when my capstone for my master's was all that topic.
Wow.
How to find out dispositional statements.
Yeah.
Man, there you go.
Okay, thank you for sharing.